What's up, Yu-Gi-Oh fans? It's Perfect Spare 300 here. This is the first video on my new channel. Um, yeah, by the title, you can tell that it's an April 2005 GOAT Control deck profile. The main thing to note about it is that it is more of an aggressive build than a control build, but it does have a control factor to it because it is GOAT Control and it is a control-based deck, but it's a slightly more aggressive build. And the only other thing worth maybe noting is that everything in here is original print. TP2 Morphing Jar, IOC Invasion of Chaos BLS, Magician's Force Breaker, Pharaonic Guardian Ring of Destruction, etc. But anyway, that's pretty irrelevant. But anyway, this is basically what a GOAT Control deck would look like back in the day, with everything being original print. More often you would see the TP4 Morphing Jar, but I wanted to do the TP2 just because, I don't know. I just got it in the mail today, so I wanted to share it with you guys. But anyway, the boss monsters are BLS and 2 Air Knight Parshath. If you play GOAT, you know what they all do. So I'm going to try not to explain too much because the memory on my phone is running out, so I need to try not to explain. I'm trying to keep the video 5 minutes. 2 Magician of Faith, 2 Tsukuyomi, Exarian Universe, DD Warrior Lady, Azura Priest. I use Azura Priest because I like the ability to attack all the GOAT tokens, and it makes it harder for them to have a Metamorphosis target readily available. Other than that, they have to use Magician of Faith or Sinister Serpent. Breaker, Tribe Infecting. That concludes level 4s. Now for level 3s, we have Sangan and Spirit Reaper. Everybody knows what Spirit Reaper does, especially if you played back in the Dino Rabbit format. Then we have Morphing Jar, and then Sinister Serpent. And that is the monster lineup. 16 monsters. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Hang on. There we go. Then for spells, we have 3 Scapegoat. This is why it's called GOAT Control. Scapegoat Metamorphosis. And like I said, this is a more aggressive version of the deck. So I use 3 Metamorphosis rather than 2. Because I like to see it more often, and you're able to get out Thousand Eyes Restrict more frequently. If you're the first one to get out Thousand Eyes Restrict, usually you're going to have an advantage. That's the idea behind it. And then 2 Book of Moon, 2 Noblemen of Crossout, then 1-ofs. We have MST, Heavy Storm, Premature Burial, Snatch Steel, then the Trinity. The Holy Trinity is what they would call it back in the day. Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, and Lingua Duo. Obviously, all 3 of these cards are banned now. But back in the day, that was the Trinity. Like Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn at one point. And for traps, we have 2 Dust Tornado, Sakuretsu Armor, Call of the Haunted, Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute, and Ring of Destruction. Don't really need to explain those because those are all around today, so yeah. And that's the trap lineup. That's it for the deck. It's a 40-card main deck. Now for the extra deck. I got about a minute to show you all this. These are all just your Metamorphosis targets. Thousand Eyes Restrict is the boss monster. It's the one you want to try to get out the most. But if you have to, you have other targets like Gatling Dragon, Darkblade the Dragon Knight, Ryu Senshi, Dark Vault of the Terrible, Fiend Skull Dragon, Reaper on the Nightmare, Darkfire Dragon, Carbonella Warrior, Dragonist the Wicked Knight, Cherubin the Fire Knight, Flame Ghost, and Fusionist. I thought about using Sacred Phoenix, but I decided not to because it's a bit iffy. But anyway, yeah, that's the deck profile. Hope y'all enjoyed it. This is the first video on my profile, like I mentioned. So any comments, suggestions, likes, and or subscribers would be much appreciated. Thank y'all for watching. This is Perfect Spare 300 signing out. See y'all next time.